Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lainey. Thank you so much for stopping by. In today's video, I'm going to be doing my intro to my 2024 Pan Those Eyeshadows. So if you're interested in seeing that, then just keep on watching. Before I get into that though, if you're new here, please remember to hit that subscribe button and let's hop into the video. Alright, so it has been quite some time since I've done a Pan Those Shadows. I started it last year in 2023 and then I was kind of absent from YouTube and I just kind of gave up on it. But I'm back now. And this project was originally created by Alexi. I will link her channel down below. She's not really making content anymore, but I will link her down below if you want to check out her, like the original Pan Those Eyeshadows. And over the past year or so, I believe it is, I have been doing a prompt-based Pan Those Eyeshadows. I created a list of a bunch of different prompts and then I randomized those prompts and I picked my eyeshadows out based on that. A lot of you guys joined in on this project last year using those prompts. And I just find it a lot more enjoyable than randomly generating eyeshadows. So that's what I'm gonna do this year. All right, so I actually have all my Pan Those Shadows prompts in this tiny decisions wheel. And I believe anything I've already completed in years past is not part of this list. And so this is how I'm going to be randomly generating the prompts. I'm going to be choosing 5 shadows to start out with. And let's just get to generating the prompts. So let's get started. So I don't know what that says. Shadow that starts with A. Okay. Number 2 is most expensive shadow. That's 2. Number 3. A shadow from your palette with the most pans. I know exactly what that's going to be. Mainstream brand. I think that's 4, right? Yes, so I got to pick one more. The last prompt to start out with is most affordable shadow. Okay, so I'm gonna take a minute, figure out what I want to pick for all of these, and then I will be right back. All right, I am back. The first round is always the longest because you have more eyeshadows than usual to pick. In the first prompt I generated was a shadow that starts with the letter A, and I have a spreadsheet where I have all of my singles listed out, so I was able to sort, you know, from A to Z, and I was specifically looking at palettes that don't have pan in them yet, and I noted that the BH Cosmetics Smitten in Switzerland palette had quite a few A shades, and so this was actually the last one I picked. This is what the palette looks like. I admittedly have not played with this nearly as much as I wish. That I was hunting when BH Cosmetics filed for bankruptcy or went out of business originally. I was hunting anytime I was passed by a TJ Maxx. I was looking for palettes, and the only one I could find was this one in the Mimosa palette, which I didn't buy because it wasn't really my color story. Anyway, so my options in this palette for A were Alpine, Alphorn, and then Alps. And part of me really wanted to pick Alpine, which I don't even use these types of shades, but I just wanted something easy. But I decided to go with Alphorn because this is actually going to be the only matte shadow, and I just think this is a really nice versatile matte, so I can use it in a lot of looks. And so my goal will be to hit pan on that. And I realized I didn't really touch on my rules. In years past, when I've done this version of the project, I have said I've always wanted at least, I think it was 2 mattes in every project. I've just decided that I don't care. I can pick as many shimmers or mattes as I want. So this is going to be my matte. And then as for a usage goal, I'm not really sure. I think we'll see how this project plays out. I think at maybe 15 or 20 uses, I will then consider if I want to roll it out or not, depending on how close I am. But I don't think this is going to be a problem. I'm so excited. I haven't done this project in so long. Next, I got my most expensive shadow, and for this one, I decided I wanted to go with a palette instead of figuring out which single shadow was my most expensive. Probably one of my Cliona shadows, maybe one of my Davina shadows, but I wanted to go with a palette, and technically my most expensive palette is my Pat McGrath palette, but I don't want to pan that. And so I chose my second most expensive palette, which is this. This is the Sorcery palette from Lisa Eldridge. I bought it when it first launched, and this is like, I think I looked it up. I think it's like $68 for 6 shadows, which is absolutely ridiculous. But I bought it, and I really love this color story. I love this palette. The formula is really, really, really good. So I'm really excited to play with it. And I was going back and forth between this shadow right here and this shadow right here. And I'm still not 100% sure, but I think I am going to go with Magical, which is this more olive toned one. I don't want to pan this one quite yet. That one is Mercurial, which is the Luminous Duochrome. I don't want to pan that one yet, even though this is a magnetic palette and you can buy replacement shadows. I think I want to go for the more olive toned one right now. And so I'm going to go with that shadow, and I will do swatches off camera and insert a picture at the end. Then I got Eyeshadow from your palette with the most pans, and I immediately, as soon as I saw that prompt, I knew what I was rolling in. And if you've seen my projects before, you will be no stranger to this palette. It is the Beauty Bay Book of Magic palette, and I have pans in every single shadow except for one. So this is my palette with the most pans, and actually my goal for 2023 was to hit pan in all of these shadows. But because I fell off of panning, I didn't get there. And so this is what the palette looks like. I mean, this is just a sight. I absolutely love it. The only shadow left is this champagne shade called Alchemy. There's a little bit of a dip. I definitely started to work on it. I don't think that's going to take me too long. I can use that kind of like as an inner corner shade really lightly. And so I'm really excited to finally have pans in all of the shadows in this palette. This is a palette I do really enjoy. Not my favorite matte formula, but definitely something I like, and I like a lot of the shimmers in this palette, and the color story is so up my alley. Obviously you can tell really the neutrals were the last shadows remaining in this palette. So I'm excited to work on Alchemy and get that out. So I'm excited about that. And then I got a prompt for a mainstream brand. And really, there's not a lot of mainstream brands in my collection anymore. Really, my only options were ColourPop or Huda Beauty. Now, I don't know if Huda Beauty is technically considered indie. I believe it is still owned by Huda. I'm not 100% sure, but because it is a brand that is sold in Sephora, I consider that to be mainstream enough for me. And so I chose my Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette, and I wasn't sure what shade because this is just such a gorgeous palette, but of course I have to go with a one of the special shades, and I am going to go with Blissful, which is this shadow right here. I think that'll pair really nicely with the BH Cosmetics matte shade. And so, yeah, I think that one also be easy because they are a more squishy special formula. And I'm trying to give myself the best head start with my projects this year. I don't want to give myself super challenging shades right now. So that is what I'm doing. And then lastly, I had one of my most affordable eyeshadows, and this time I decided to go with a single shadow, and I kind of knew what it would be immediately or what brand, and that is Luxie. Luxie is one of the brands I tried in 2023, and I'm actually wearing 2 of their shimmers on my eyes today. Didn't even plan that. But I know, you know, they're known for being one of the cheaper indie brands. I think their shadows are anywhere between $3 and $4. You can get them on sale sometimes. And so I actually have 8 shadows. I wish I had a 9th one to fill this palette, but I'm not going to buy just one shadow. And I wasn't sure because what shadow to pick, but ultimately I decided to go with Ube over here. I, first off, love this shade. And also I just love the name. My boyfriend is Filipino, and his family makes a lot of like ube desserts, and I absolutely love ube. So this is the shadow. It is a beautiful purple duochrome. You can use it on the inner corner, you can use it all over the lid, and I love me some purple. So I'm excited to roll this one into the shade, into the project, not the shade. So I'm excited to play with that and play with my Luxie singles more. Right now, if you're wondering what's on my eyeballs. On the inner corner, or the inner lid, I have the shade Lemonhead, and then on the outer lid, I have the shade Saltwater Taffy. I think maybe half of the shades I bought were from the like candy collection they did, and the other half were just some of their cult classics. So that is the last shadow I am rolling into this project. I will have swatches over here so you can see the color story we're working with. Just one matte, a lot of shimmers, but again, I just want to have fun. I don't want to impose all of these rules in my project. I just want to have fun. I'm so excited about, about this project. I have 3 palettes that I haven't played with in a while, first off, and 2 have no pans, so I'm excited to get pans in these. I'm excited to get pans in all of my Beauty Bay, all the shades in this Beauty Bay palette. I can't speak, I'm so excited. And then, of course, Look-See, this one will just be fun. Haven't played with Ube in a little bit. It's got a little bit of a dip. It's one of my more favorite ones that I reach for. And overall, I'm just excited to be bringing this project back. I'm excited to just be back in the swing of things. And yeah, let me know if you're doing this project, if you're doing it with my prompts. I'll always have that link down below. Can't speak. You are always welcome to join in with my prompts. Feel free to delete prompts off the list, add prompts to the list, whatever you want to do. I just enjoy this project, and I like this way of doing it with randomly generating prompts. So yeah, that is all I have for you today. As always, let me know what you think down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!